TV that killed Stu Macher.
If you believe he's dead.
We still don't know if Jasmine Savoy Brown is returning in Scream 7, but I think she's still important to the story, and here's why.
Certain rules. Push the laws and you end up dead.
This is the moment when the supposedly dead killer comes back to life.
Not in my movie.
Surprise, Sydney. He's gone mad.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
A very simple formula.
You want to play psycho killer?
Everybody's a suspect.
No, please don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. I want to be in the sequel.
I'll be right back.
Okay, I think it's gonna go something like this.
I'm Pamela, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is about whether or not Mindy Meeks will or should return in Scream 7. I think she should. Let's talk about it. I got the idea for this video because just today I saw that a few of the new actors in Scream 7 are following Jasmine Savoy Brown on Instagram. Celeste O'Connor, Sam Reckner, and Asa Gurman are all following Jasmine Savoy Brown on Instagram. Some of them might have already been following her, but some of them might be a new development, and Scream 7 starts filming in just a couple of days on January 7th. We know Celeste O'Connor is already in Atlanta, Georgia to film. She posted about it on her Instagram. So, maybe they're all getting together to start filming and, they started following Jasmine Savoy Brown. So this could be a sign that Mindy might be returning. It could mean nothing. Maybe they just chose to follow her because, they share this experience of being in the Scream franchise, but maybe there's more to it. Maybe they followed her on Instagram because they have started working together. I honestly, before today, I didn't really give much thought to Mindy returning. I did kind of expect her to not return. After the whole drama with Melissa Barrera getting fired, Jenna Ortega quitting, I expected to never see any of the core four ever again. Now, of course, we have confirmation that Mason Gooding will be back, which I was so shocked when we found that out, and I am so happy that we have Chad Meeks back. But of course, once we found out that Chad is back, it did get a few of us talking, like, does this mean his sister, Mindy, will be back? And I kind of just assumed that she wouldn't. I feel like she's kind of going to stand in solidarity with Melissa Barrera, but who knows? Maybe her and Melissa have had a conversation on the side where Melissa gave her blessing, like, feel free to be in this movie. Just because I was fired doesn't mean you can't return. And just the fact that Chad is back, why not Mindy? It would feel a little weird to have Chad back and not his twin sister. They have both been such an important part of both movies so far, Screams 5 and 6. So if Chad shows up, I feel like she should also show up. I mean, who's going to break down the rules in Scream 7 if not her? We need her to give us the rules again. She also needs another opportunity to redeem herself, to guess the killers correctly. In 5 and 6, she always gets the killer wrong.
I got it wrong again.
And third time's the charm, so I hope to see her again in Scream 7, even if it's just for a little bit. I don't expect that her or her brother will be a focus of the movie. The focus is going to be Sydney, her daughter, and the daughter's friend group. So, when it comes to Chad, I expect it's going to be a small cameo. Maybe he'll be the opening kill. I don't know. Maybe him and his sister will both be the opening kills, which I think would be pretty sad. But, in the third movie, all bets are off.
Well, all I know about movie trilogies is that in the third one, all bets are off.
Or I guess Chad's involvement could kind of just be like Sydney's role in Scream 5, where she doesn't really show up until the end. She kind of took a back seat in Scream 5. She was not the focus. I imagine Chad is going to be similar to that. But let's get into the main reason I think Mindy Meeks is still important to the story. So as you guys know, I am a Stu believer. I think Stu Macher is alive. He's going to return in Scream 7, leading a cult of ghost faces, going after Sydney and her daughter, and GALE. And the reason Mindy is important to this storyline is because she is a Stu believer. Her little conversation with Kirby in Scream 6 proves that the whole Stu Macher thing is a theory within the fictional universe as well, the Scream universe, rather than just in real life amongst Scream fans. This is a real theory that exists in the Scream universe. If it wasn't, then Mindy would not have even brought it up. Kirby says to her, "The TV that killed Stu Macher," and she says, "Yeah, if you believe he's really dead."
TV that killed Stu Macher.
If you believe he's dead.
So that just proves that Mindy is into this theory. She is a Stu believer. And the Stu theory is also a theory that someone like Kirby is familiar with, because she did not say anything in response to Mindy. She didn't refute what she had to say. She didn't say, "What are you talking about? Like, that's crazy." She didn't say anything, which I think says a lot. That proves that this is a big, well-known theory in the universe. Not only is this line from Mindy important about the Stu theory being real, but also this YouTube video that was shown in Scream 5. Did the real-life Stu Macher survive? That is just more proof that this is a very real theory in the universe. This is something that these characters talk about. And Mindy being a Stu believer and, you know, an expert in these horror movies and how to survive the movies, I think she is vital to Stu's return. She should be there when Stu returns. She knows the truth, and she should be there when it all goes down. The fact that she's a Stu believer, she's an expert, she knows the truth, she should be there to inform the rest of the characters about everything that's going on with Stu. She's gonna fill them in. You know, we might have a character who doesn't know who Stu Macher is, which wouldn't be the first time. Liv from Scream 5 did not know who Stu Macher was.
Who's Stu Macher?
Tara even forgot Stu Macher in the opening scene.
Who was the killer in Stab 1?
It's Billy Loomis.
The correct answer is Billy Loomis and Stu Macher. There are 2 killers in the original Stab.
So a lot of younger characters don't know who Stu is, but Mindy does. She knows he's alive, or at least is a believer of the theory, so she should be there to inform the whole gang when they're talking about it, or when the reveal happens. You know, I think even Dewey knew that Stu's alive. Dewey talks about Stu in the present tense in Scream 5.
He's Billy Loomis's accomplice, a real Looney Tune.
I go into so much detail about this in a lot of past videos. I will link some of them for you down below. I will also link my full Stu Macher playlist right here in the video for you. If you're new here, if you're not familiar with all of the Stu Macher theories, I have probably over 50 Stu theories on my channel. So please check out my Stu Macher playlist if you're not familiar and you want to kind of catch up on the whole Stu theory. But now, if Mindy returns, should she live or should she die? I do feel like if both of the Meeks twins come back, at least one of them has to go. I do think it should be Chad, since he survived crazy injuries so many times already, but then again, I do like Chad a little bit more than Mindy, so I think I'd rather him stick around. And he's kind of like the new Dewey in a way, so maybe they'll want to keep him around for multiple movies and have him keep surviving yet again, just like Dewey. I mean, he made it through 4 movies alive. He appeared in 5 movies. Of course, we lost him in the 5th movie, but maybe they will want Chad to kind of fill that role as Dewey, potentially be reunited with Tara in the future down the road. We know Tara won't be in Scream 7, but we don't know about the future. Maybe both Sam and Tara will return one day. So maybe they want to kind of keep that open to have Chad and Tara still be in a relationship, you know, movies down the road. So maybe Mindy will be the one to die. I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. I wonder if Chad will even mention Tara. I feel like he has to. Like, there has to be at least a little mention of the Carpenter sisters, kind of the way they did with Sydney in Scream 6. Obviously, Sydney was not in Scream 6, but GALE just kind of talked about her briefly. She said, "Sydney's safe. She took Mark and the kids somewhere. She deserves her happy ending." that was it. That was the whole mention of Sydney, this, you know, main character that we've had for decades. So they gotta at least mention the Carpenter sisters. Maybe Chad will say something like, you know, Tara and Sam went away somewhere, they're safe. I don't know. But yeah, that is why I think Mindy Meeks should be in Scream 7 as well. I think she is still very important to the story. She has a role to play. She's a Stu believer. She should be there when he comes back. She needs to break down the rules for these new characters and also redeem herself a little bit with guessing the killer correctly. But let me know your thoughts. Leave a comment down below. Do you think Mindy should be back in Scream 7? Or do you think Chad is enough to kind of fill the core 4 void? Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Make sure you turn on all notifications so that you don't miss out on future Scream 7 updates or Scream 7 theories. Lots more Scream content coming your way and you won't want to miss it. But thank you so much for watching and I will see you guys next time.